Hello, everyone. This is Jenny Yetto from the Pixie Post, and I'm back with the latest addition to the Moonwatch series. This time around, we are in the very beginning of February, and we are celebrating the full moon in Leo. And it's also the first supermoon of the new decade and the new year. And we also call it the snow moon. And it actually comes from a native Indian description, meaning that it would be the heaviest snowfall of the year. Don't worry, it doesn't mean you're going to get tons of snow. That's not an omen for anyone, even though our weather everywhere we live is totally wacky. It's interesting, though. The weather has been nuts everywhere we live. It's hot, it's cold, it's everything. So it doesn't mean you're going to get a heavy snowfall, but weather may be still quite erratic. Here in Nevada, we've had anything from 67 one day to 35 the next, like literally. So it's been weird. Mother Nature is definitely making her voice heard. So today, what I'm going to do is the usual. I'm going to do the 3-card draw to let some messages come in from the universe, and that will reflect into the full moon cycle. When I do these readings, these are just general card readings. They're not predictions. They're just meant to give life direction. So take whatever resonates with you and discard the rest. For some people, everything will resonate. Others, maybe one little part will resonate. But whatever it is, if you're interested in looking at this video, then there is something in this reading that's meant for you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even notice this video. So, I'm going to use my normal Moonology Oracle card deck, and it's by Yasmin, Boland. She is amazing. She has a couple of books, a journal, and the deck of cards. And you'll have to check her out. You can check her out on Amazon. That's where I got these from. And the card deck is gorgeous. A lot of you are very familiar with them. But even the back of the cards are gorgeous. So it shows all the different cycles and everything. It's pretty cool. So with that, I am going to take my candle. What I do different types of energy clearings for the card deck, depending whatever I feel led to do. Sometimes, like today, what I'll do is I'll take the deck and put it over the candle flame. I don't know if you can see. And then just pass it over a few times. And it clears any energy, including mine, from the past that may be affecting it. That way you start with a clean slate. And then I will shuffle. Oh. It is actually beautiful and sunny right now. It's kind of ironic that I'm doing a Moonology reading in the daylight, but this is the best time for the natural light. So, and Timmy, my baby over there, is passed out on the couch. His face is like right in the futon. It's so funny. So, also, I did do my bi-weekly oracle card reading for February 1st to the 15th. I apologize how late it is. It still applies to all that time. Time is not linear, but that's the energies from that time period. I will be on time with the next one, and it's just, you know how it is. Life gets in the way, so. All right. Okay. All right, let's see what the moon and the universe and the cards have to say. Okay. As always, it's always a very interesting reading. They're never quite the same. Okay. The first card is Hold Your Vision, Fixed Moon. This card is meant to tell you to hold on to your dreams, to be steadfast in what you do. You may be around some people or some environments that don't exactly inspire you to hold that vision. You may have a dream goal that you're trying to reach, or someone you're trying to help, or even just self-work, self-care even. But it's really not turning out the way you want it to. I feel that some people out there may be very discouraged. They feel like they're not making any traction or progress. And then on top of that, you always have some type of uh, influences from the outside that are telling you to quit or to give up, to even make you think you're crazy for even trying to pursue something that might be out of the norm. Don't listen to that. Don't listen to your ego doing that self-talk. Hold on, because your vision is needed in this world. These visions, these ideas, these inspirations that we all have, we all attract some type of inspiration that we're passionate about. Thoughts are very real. Ideas are very real. They're all energy, and they're attracted to whoever wants to perceive them. So in this card, it's saying hold your vision, because you are the one who is meant to make it happen. You are the one who's meant to bring that to life, basically, because no one else can do it exactly in the way you can do it. And that's what's needed in this world, is the way you do it, the way you envision your goal, whatever you're trying to bring to life. And it doesn't have to be a huge thing. Like I always say, a lot of people, when they hear these kind of readings, they think it's a big, fancy goal, or, you have to climb Mount Everest to, make an impact. You can make an impact in so many ways, in small ways, that can even be a butterfly effect, and actually impact something larger in the end. So just remember that when you start getting discouraged, put your hand over your heart, feel your breath, feel your heartbeat, and know that you are important in an unselfish, unarrogant way. You matter, and so does your vision. You have a vision that's important and that's needed. So keep going. Even if things don't look very bright right now, it will work out in one form or another. And again, it may not be in the form that you think it will work out, but it will work out. And you'll be glad you hung on, because when we quit, that's the only way we can fail. So just hold on and know that you are enough and you can make this happen. Okay. The second one is, I like this one. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. And it's fitting because it actually coincides with this one. So conclusions are within reach. We say in business a lot, especially in entrepreneurship and our own business and what have you. We always say that some people quit right before the magic happens, right before they're about to achieve the goal that they're trying to achieve. And it's really sad, because 98% of the people quit when the 2% keep going on, keep persisting, and keep succeeding in their small little victories, which leads to the goal that they're trying to achieve. And they succeed overall. So don't feel like you're doing this for nothing. As long as you're passionate, as long as you're authentic about it, as long as you know it will help the world, or help you, or help your family, or people who are looking for whatever it is you're trying to bring to the world, know that conclusions are within reach. On the personal side, this could also mean closure on a relationship, on a situation that you've been praying about. It can be good or bad, but there will be some kind of closure. And there's really never a bad conclusion. I want to make a note about that. I've learned that even in the most negative situations, when you feel, what's the point? If there's a lesson you can learn in it, then it's not a failure. It's not a negative situation. You've actually earned something. You've earned knowledge. You've earned wisdom. And you can use that in a positive way in the future. For example, I used to be in a horrible marriage the first time I was married. I was married twice. The first time was very controlling, very emotionally abusive. And for the longest time when I was in it, I was like, what is the point? Why am I going through this? What have I done to deserve this? And there was nothing I did to deserve this. When I look back in hindsight, I learned so much from that situation. Not that I volunteered to go through it again, of course, but I've learned so much. And now, if I come across someone who's going through something like that or who needs someone to listen to them so they know they're not going crazy, I have that perspective where I can help. It's also the same thing in our spiritual journey. Some of you may be starting your awakening process right now, and you feel like you're going crazy because you're feeling all these things, and you're going through all these weird situations, there's synchronicities, old things are falling away, just your whole life might be changing, your whole perspective's changing, and you feel like you're going crazy until you hit a video on YouTube. Like, there's a lot of people out there who are going through the awakening process, like myself. Some that are much more knowledgeable than I am, even. And it makes you feel a little less alone. You feel like, oh, okay, I'm not crazy. I am okay. I'm just going through this process, which is necessary. And that's when all the conclusions are within reach if you just keep going, if you just give yourself grace. Just know you're doing the best you can. And it's really interesting because the more I'm talking about this, is going in a totally different direction than I even expected. Yeah, a lot of you, I'm feeling, are really going through a tough time right now. And I am on and off as well. I'm right there with you guys. But just know that you're not alone. We're all going through it. We all have our different journeys. Some may be going through it way more than others as far as the drama and the life changes, but we're all going through it. So conclusions are within reach. And a lot of the time we'll have a conclusion, we think, oh, then that's done, and then a new lesson comes up. That's just how life is. That's what we're here to do. It's kind of like a school, it's like a school down here. We're all here to learn lessons, and when we're done, we move on. So just take heart. Know that you're doing the best you can. Keep going. Don't give up. And hold your vision. And conclusions are within reach. Okay. And if that weren't enough, number 3, nothing is yet set in stone. Mutable moon. And I love this card because you notice the waves and all the water. A lot of the time we try to control our circumstances. We try to control our outcomes. And that's just a human thing to do. I am very easygoing, but there are a few things I do try to control within myself. And I'm learning to let go more because there's a lot we cannot control. And the more we try to control things we can't control, the more resistance we feel. And when we hit that resistance over and over again, we're just treading water. We don't get anywhere. So if we go like the water waves here, and go with the flow a little more, and know that nothing is predestined. We write our own story. And this comes back to another thing I talked about earlier in another video. We're all in a certain story, a certain reality we perceive that we're in. And a lot of us are starting to realize that we are not stuck in that one reality. We are always changing, we're always evolving, and we write our own story. But it's up to us to take action to change that story. Because we can listen to all the different videos, we can talk to all the wonderful people who have great wisdom, who really want to help us. But if we don't take action ourselves, we're not going to get anywhere. It doesn't do any good, except to maybe feel good for a few minutes. We have to take action and take charge. Not take charge, but like flow with things and work on ourselves and know that if we don't like a certain story we're in, we can change it. And it doesn't have to take days, it doesn't have to take months. We can change it very quickly. It's just up to us to get out of our own way and go with it. You write your own story, and you can literally write anything. You can be anything you want to be. And no, I'm not the army. I just realized that when I said that. And I've grown a lot the past year. I used to be so codependent. I used to be just not sure of myself, even though I acted like it. And I went through a lot of shadow work. I had to purge a lot, and I still have stuff to work through. But now I'm starting to see that I can change my story anytime I want. If I don't like something, I can change it. And that's the whole message that's coming out to you. Don't take it out on others. Don't start getting snarky with people because they have a different view than you do. It's okay to have a different view. It's what we do with those views. It's how we act towards one another. And that's part of the lessons we all have to learn. That is, I think, one unified lesson is how to treat one another, how to be compassionate, even if you're passionate about how you feel and what your view is. Stop the hate. Stop the hate. The universe is saying that right now. Stop the hate. Because it's no longer serving any purpose. It's not helping anyone. It's not helping the world. And it's not helping Gaia. We are all connected. And we all matter. We all have a role in this life. But it's up to each of us to work on ourselves and to be compassionate to one another, even when we don't agree. Wow, okay, that message went through. Sorry about the side note, but it needed to be said. So to conclude this card reading, nothing is yet set in stone. And always hold your vision. Always know your truth. And take action. As the universe has been prompting in the last few readings, take action. So, well, that was the full moon card reading for this time. I hope you guys got something out of it. I hope you enjoyed it. And it actually told me a few things I needed to hear as well. So, we're always learning, we're always growing, and we're always doing the best we can on the spiritual path. So, just remember to give yourself grace, always express your authentic truth, and know that you are enough. To know thyself is to know thy truth. Namaste. I'm back with the latest addition to the Moonwatch series. God, my voice is doing it again. I had no problem talking, and now all of a sudden I have trouble talking. Those energies are hard at work. I am presenting I don't know how to start this. I don't know how to start this video. You've also probably heard of it as referred to as the death. Aww. I'm looking at my cat, Timmy, and he's just passed out on the couch. He's had a very exciting week. He had a cat that he hates outside that he's been kind of hunting away from indoors. He ran around like a maniac earlier. And yeah, the energies are a little bit strong today. So it's going to be interesting. Oh my God, let me get this video done. Oh, I cannot talk. My voice is going out on me. And I think I'm going to go cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs if I don't get this intro.